Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl S to the C Scorpio, S to the C Twerk Goddess. Shout out all my Eastside babies. So I hope that you all are doing well, taking care of yourselves, loving those around you that matter the most. And so today what I wanted to talk about was trusting the process. So oftentimes, whether things are going great or things are going not so great, some people have a tendency to question, the path that they're on. They're questioning their journey. A lot of times with social media, people might look at other people's lives or their reels or what they're projecting out online and feel like they're not ahead or they're not where they see other people at. And you never know someone's journey, you never know someone's path. So it's really important in trusting the process. Just understand that you are right now where you're meant to be. So whether that's great or whether that's not so great, you have to trust the process. And what I found in trusting the process, whether it's great or not so great, again, you have to have gratitude, So even if it's an unpleasant experience and you're like, when is this going to be over? Or, someone's suffering or struggling or going through some challenges, it's always important to still show gratitude. When I was going through some dark moments in my life, I was still grateful for, the things that I did have. So I know someone's probably listening to this like, well, what do you mean show gratitude even if it's not so great? That one experience is not the best, but what are you supposed to learn from that experience? And also show gratitude, and it could be worse, or you still have your life, you still have housing, you still have food, you're still able to manage day to day. So that's what I mean when I say still show gratitude in the process, even if your experience is not so great. So trust the process. Again, someone else's journey is not your journey. And along the process, you may encounter people, mimicking you or copying you. For example, I struggle with my music career and, people stealing from me. And, it was an avenue and it still is avenues that I could go because my material is protected, but I had to trust that process. And for example, again, like maybe an artist, you may be an up and coming artist, or you may be an up and coming author, and you may see authors before you, rise and shine. And you may feel like, oh, well, it's my time to shine, or, they didn't pay their dues, or you may have a variety of feelings as to, oh, this person cheated their way in, or they're promoting, or they're putting out stolen material. Whatever it is, don't focus too much on what other people are doing, because karma has an interesting way of arriving right at the doorstep of the people who deserve it, whether that's good karma or bad karma. So trust the process and enjoy the process as well. So again, someone may be further along, or it may, you may perceive that someone's further along than you. That's not your journey. And when we see people that are doing great things and are attaining success, we don't know their journey. We don't know what they struggle with. We don't know their challenges that led them to get there. So a lot of times what you see on the surface, you're not understanding the behind the scenes stories or the backstory to how that person attained this knowledge or wisdom or wealth or success. So trust the process and enjoy your process, and go through each stage that you need to go through to get to your process, and you are here on this earth at this time for a divine reason. So it's important that we understand that as things change in the world, things change every day, and we have to adapt to that and, be accustomed to the changes. And in trusting the process and diving inward and like really focusing on self, you can't look at external, things. You can't seek validation from external things. So it's really important while you're going through the process, whatever process that may be. For some, let's just say pregnancy, for example. If someone's pregnant in that 9 months, it seems like it's taking forever, but for the person on the outside looking in, it's like, wow, their baby's here already. That was fast. Well, it wasn't fast for the person that was pregnant, going through the morning sickness and the contractions and all the things that they had to go through. So I'm using that as an example to say, enjoy the process and trust the process, because what happens a lot of times is we live in a very instant society, to where people want things instantly. You can microwave your food. You could go to fast food. You could Uber Eats your food. Everything is at the touch of a fingertip. And so a lot of times people don't appreciate the downtime or the silent moment. A lot of times people are impatient, especially in today's society. They just want things at the snap of a finger. And a lot of times that's not going to be the process. So for my star seeds and my chosen ones, I don't want you all to get caught up in now, rush, gimme, grab, because that's not reality. And then if you find yourself constantly wanting things rapidly, or not able to be patient throughout the process, what happens is you drive yourself into unnecessary stress, unnecessary anxiety, and we all know that stress kills. So enjoy the process. Find things that you enjoy doing during the waiting time, because sometimes you're just gonna have to wait. I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but sometimes you're just gonna have to wait. That's a part of life. I use the example about someone that is pregnant. They're probably like, I want this baby out of me. I understand that. But you have to trust the process and enjoy the process. So a lot of times we just want to rush. We just live in a fast-paced society. Everything's moving so fast day to day. Everything's changing so fast day to day. But enjoy the process and trust the process, because when when you achieve that milestone, when you get to the place that you want to be, you'll look back and be like, oh, I had fun, during these stages, or during these days, or during these times. So I'll use another example. Someone in college, or even high school, or just any type of training or something that you must undergo to get to the next level. The thought might be, well, dang, I wish this just hurry up. I wish I was finished with school. I wish I hurried up and got my degree. But then what? Then there's going to be another process. There's going to be another journey on your path where you're going to have to trust the process. So for example, someone in school, it seems like eternity, and then that graduation day comes, the celebration day comes, everyone's celebrating you, everyone's happy, you got your degree, you got your receipt, as someone said, your college receipt or your college degree or whatever. But then after that, what's next? What's your journey after that? It may be someone starting a business. It may be someone looking to work for a Fortune 500 company. It may be someone just stepping out on faith. Whatever it is, there's still going to be another journey. So things are continually moving forward, changing day to day. But then you'll have some people that'll look back and be like, oh, I miss college. Well, when you was in college, in the dorms or whatever, you was trying to rush the process. So I guess that's what sums up this video. Is I'm trying to rush the process. Rome wasn't built overnight, and greatness takes time. So a lot of people will see the end result. When you look at some of these celebrities, you look at some of these entertainers and sports figures, and you're like, oh, you want to be like Babe Ruth or Deion Sanders or Cardi B. Please don't, but I'm just saying. They see the end result, but they don't know all the struggles that these people have gone through. They don't know. And I use celebrities a lot, or entertainers, because that's what the world can relate to. Like globally, if you say certain sports figures or entertainers' name on a collective scale, everyone will know who you're talking about. So, we use these celebrities to make examples out of. That's what they signed up for, right? And so in my process, while we on the subject of that, I discovered that I like being behind the scenes. I like my privacy, basically. So celebrities don't have privacy, and that was a process that I had to go through, because I was, going through trial and error and trials and tribulations and achieving certain goals, and feeling like a lot of doors were opening for me, but then feeling like certain things that I really, really wanted, not understanding that it was a process and it is timing. And some doors aren't meant to open. And I later found out that that's not the industry that I want to be, in the spotlight, in the forefront of, you know, and I'm okay with that, because once you learn more about an industry or a career in a field, you might decide that that's not what you want to do. So, for example, we'll go back to people in school. If someone's studying nursing, but they don't know they're going to have to deal with, you know, bodily fluids, and, there's certain training that you need to have to know how to handle and work with these fluids, and certain tests and certain things that you need to have to be in certain fields. A person might decide, what, I spent all these years in school, I wasted all this money on this degree, and I don't want to be a nurse anymore. That's just an example, but you get what I'm saying. So trust the process, and also stay true to yourself, because in that you might find that this is not what I want to do. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, you know what I mean? But I want you to enjoy the process, whatever the process is. And if it's moving slow, enjoy the slowness. We have to learn how to be more slow and still at times, because some of us are just so hyper all over the place, and we want it now, 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 quick, quick, quick. And you'll set yourself up for disappointment, when that flow is not, going like that. It's not the world is not handing you everything that you want at one time. So be patient with yourself, trust the process, and rely on, your spirituality and meditation and your faith or your religious belief or whatever that is that could calm you down in the event of things not going the way that you want it to go. And one last thing before I'll leave this video, is that when you trust the process, good things happen to bad people, bad things happen to good people. It's just the balance, of the world that we live in. It's the yin and the yang. And so what I wanted to say is that some people may feel like, oh, they had the perfect life, or they can have a perfect life. Understandable, respectable. However, adversity builds character. So sometimes we may experience things and we're like, well, why are we going through this? Try to understand what the lesson is in it, but know that anything that's adverse, oftentimes it will build your character. So it's a reason why you're in the season that you're in. It's a reason why you're going through things that you're going through. And it may not necessarily be for you. It could be for someone else. I know I've experienced a lot of things, and based on those experiences, I'm able to help others. I'm able to motivate others and empower others. So a lot of times, if you go through adverse situations, it's to be a blessing to others. So with that being said, I'm gonna conclude this video. Again, I hope you all are doing well, taking care of yourselves, loving yourselves and those around you. Shout out all my Eastside babies. It's your girl S to the C Scorpio, S to the C Twerk Goddess, and I'm out.